Hello students, today we are going to learn about communication skills. Communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, sign or behavior. There are three important parts of communication: the transmission of message, listening and feedback of the message. Now let us understand about the communication cycle. Communication cycle is the process by which a message is sent by one individual and it passes through a chain of recipients and reaches to the receiver. Firstly, the sender is the person or entity originating the communication. The second is the message, the information that the sender wishes to convey. The next step is encoding, which is how the sender chooses to bring the message into a form appropriate for sending. The next is the choice of channel, which means by which the message is sent. Then the receiver is the person or entity to whom the message is sent. The next step is decoding, which is how the receiver interprets and understands the message. And the last step is feedback, the receiver's response to the message. Feedback, if shared properly, can help reinforce existing strengths and can increase the recipient's ability to rectify errors. It can have a long-term effect in managing and achieving the goals. A good feedback is one that is specific, timely, polite, and offering continuous support. There are various methods of communication. First is face-to-face informal communication, email, notices or posters, business meetings, and other methods like newsletters, blogs, etc. Communication styles. There are four main categories or communication styles, including verbal, non-verbal, written, and visual communications. Verbal communication is the use of language to transfer information through speaking or sign language. Non-verbal communication is the use of body language, gestures, and facial expressions to convey information to others. It can be used both intentionally and unintentionally. Next is the visual communication. It is the act of using photographs, videos, art, drawings, sketches, etc. to convey the information. Next is the written communication. It is the act of writing, typing, or printing symbols like letters and numbers to convey the information. On the basis of style and purpose, there are two types of communications: formal and informal communication. Formal communication flows through official channels designed in the organization chart, whereas informal communication is faster and flows freely in the organization, discussing about a diverse range of topics. Now let us understand about verbal communication. Verbal communication includes sounds, words, language, and speech. Speaking is one of the most effective and commonly used way of communicating. It helps in expressing our emotions in words. By improving your verbal communication skills, you will build rapport and have a better connect. Now next is the verbal communication. There are various advantages of verbal communication skills. First is it saves the time. The verbal form of communication gives you this facility to quickly send intended message, thus saving you time. The next is it saves money. No requirement of any paper or designing a flyer, etc. The feedback is quick. It is the most convenient method as it is most widely adopted means of communication globally. The last is the ease of preparation. Oral communication is the easiest way of communication as it does not require preparation of any material. There are various disadvantages of verbal communication. The first is the chances of distortion of meaning. Due to the presence of various barriers in effective communication, it happens that the intended meaning of the message changes for the intended person, which causes a lot of problem. Next is it is not convenient for long messages. There are chances of irrelevant information, as while having an important discussion, a lot of irrelevant information can creep in during a conversation, leading to a waste of time and gap in the relevant information. Next is it creates a misunderstanding. Usually, when two individuals are having deep conversations, they can have some misunderstandings during the time. Next is the communication cost. Sometimes verbal communication can be really expensive if you need to communicate in a language that you are not familiar with. Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is the expression or exchange of information or messages without using any spoken or written word. In other words, we send signals and messages to others through expression, gestures, postures, touch, space, eye contact, and paralanguage. There are various advantages of nonverbal communication. The first is the complementary. Nonverbal cues complement a verbal message by adding to its meaning. Next is the easy presentation. Information can be easily presented in nonverbal communication through using visuals, audiovisuals, etc. Next is the substituting. Non-verbal message may substitute for the verbal message, especially if it is blocked by noise, interruptions, long distance, language barriers, etc. Next, it reduces the wastage of time as the message of non-verbal communication reaches the receiver very fast. There are several disadvantages of non-verbal communication. The first is vague and imprecise. Next, it is continuous, multi-channel, there is cultural bound, and long conversations are not possible using the non-verbal communication means. There are various barriers to effective communication. The first is the physical barrier. Physical barrier is the environmental and natural condition that act as a barrier in communication in sending messages from sender to receiver. The next is the linguistic barrier. The inability to communicate using a language is known as the language barrier to communication. It is the most common communication barrier which causes misunderstandings and misinterpretations between people. The next is the interpersonal barrier. Barrier to interpersonal communication occurs when the sender's message is received differently from how it was intended to. The next is the organizational barrier. Organizations are designed on the basis of formal hierarchical structures that follows performance standards, rules and regulations, procedures, policies, behavioral norms, etc. All these affects the free flow of communication in the organization and therefore need to be suitably managed. The last one is the cultural barrier. Cultural barriers is when people of different cultures are unable to understand each other's customs, resulting in inconvenience and difficulties. The various parts of speech are noun, pronoun, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Part of sentences are subject, verb, and object. Subject is the person or thing that performs an action. Verbs describe the action. An object is the person or thing that receives the action. There are four types of sentences. Declarative sentences. It is the most basic type of sentence. Its purpose is to relay the information. The next is the interrogative sentence. Its basic purpose is to ask questions and it ends with a question mark. The next is the exclamatory sentence. These are declarative sentences in that they make a statement instead of asking a question, but the main purpose is to express strong emotion. The last one is the imperative sentences. These do not simply state a fact, but rather tell someone to do something. These can be in the form of friendly advices, basic instructions, or more forceful commands.